So it is night two with this Sangiovese. I'm just trying to chill down a little bit, get it to cellar temperature, the 2018. And as the night went on yesterday and having it with my meatballs, the wine didn't improve a whole heck of a lot, maybe a little bit. Still felt closed last night. So seeing how it's doing today to have with my leftover meatballs. Yeah, still not a ton. Sangiovese is normally very aromatic. This is a little bit muted. I'm not sure. I didn't look it up to see what the grape varietals were. If it's 100% Sangio, what else they mixed in it, yeah, blended with it. I'm not really sure. In the meantime, I've been on the quest. I'm always on. Okay, so I'm always exploring new wine, but I'm also always on a mission quest to find wines. Used to be under $20. That's getting much more difficult. I don't know what's happened recently, but wine prices got a lot higher, especially California cabs. Wines that I was getting for $60 are now $80. Like, that's a huge jump. I don't know if it has something to do with the fires out there. Maybe a lot of wineries losing a vintage, but something's definitely going on. I'm gonna have to look into why some of those prices just skyrocketed, and I do hope they settle down. You know, the Chapelet, one of my favorite cabs that I buy every year in the $60 range. Frog's Leap in the $60 range is now like $80. Both of them, just very, very surprising from a store that normally has very good pricing. So the other thing I'm always looking, oh, that's what I was saying. I'm looking for wines under 20, but under 25. It's sort of becoming the new sweet spot of weekday wine. I feel like you still could get quality, maybe not a cab from Napa. Maybe there's a cab from California that'll work. I'm always looking for some of those. I think $30 at Obsidian, $31, $32. I'm starting to see it. Amazing wine for $132, but that is not a $25 nor a $24. So that does add up over time. I did buy this Gattinara, so I'm opening. I did a Corvin of this as well because I'm just always on that search. And I kind of opened up the Sangio and it wasn't screaming at me, so I was craving something a little bit. Well, I just want to see how good this one is. And I was craving a little bit more of a Nebbiolo. So as I poured this, it was very aromatic, and now this one feels like it needs. This is a 2016, so it certainly has a little bit of age on it. It's very floral, and I could smell the fresh roses. Rose petal, fresh strawberries. I'm not getting a lot of the tar. It's got a little bit of a browning. It's going to have 6 years on it. It's a very lighter styled wine, Nebbiolo, but typically the tannins are higher. I haven't had that many Gattinaras. There's one specifically that I love. It's in the, well, it was $50 range. I wonder what it is now. Not even sure. It's weird. It's in a weird bottle, but it's not that one, which was around 30. The Travaglini, I think, is the brand. I don't see that one anymore. But it was the Travaglini, I think, either Reserva or Old Vine, Uvigna. And I don't see that one either. $50, $60 range, probably. If I see one of those, I'll probably pick one up. But anytime I buy a Nebbiolo in that price range, I have to think, am I better off buying a Barolo Barbaresco, especially the Produttoris, which are in the 40s, and maybe they've gone up to 50s and 60s now too. But that wine, Barbaresco, year in and year out, are amazing. And then they have Reservas that are about 75, 80, which is a lot, but they're amazing at that price for Reserva Barbaresco, Reserve Nebbiolo. And they're pretty sure they're single vineyard. This has a lot of aromatics. It's so much more than the Sangio. It's crazy. Both aromatic. Yeah, this one's just a little bit challenged on the nose. Let's see how it's going to taste. Well, let me go with the Nebbiolo. That's really good. I like that a lot. Great acidity, medium plus tannin, long length, or medium plus length. Yeah, it's very good. That's actually very good. I think that was 30, so it doesn't quite fit into that midweek wine, but as an alternative to Barolo Barbarescos, which should be 50, 60 plus, this could hit that spot, hit that craving. want to buy a case of it or anything. And it's got a little bit less weight on the palate, but it's good. It's good. I like this. 4 out of 5 I give this, especially for the price. Lighter, certainly lighter, but very good. I will probably buy another one of those. Do I buy one after that? Maybe. In my exploration, it kind of have to be something special for me to continuously value or be in that absolute perfect price point. So, it's good. I've just had better Chianti Classico Reservas. Just a lot better ones. And this is $25, so it's nothing. It's just not going to be bought again. Maybe the 2018 vintage. Oh, I did look at the 2018 vintage. So the 2016 vintage in 15. 2016 specifically was amazing. 2018, a little less so, but in the 90s still. So I don't know that that has a whole heck of a lot to do with it. It might just be the producer. It might just be how this one is made. Maybe it needs more time. Maybe it needs more decanting. There's so many things it could do. This isn't bad, of course. This is good. It's just not showing me enough to be great. That's it. That's where I draw the line on this one. And I have an Obsidian. I think my Obsidian order got delayed because of the weather, so I should be getting my Obsidian shipment. I get 2 Obsidian shipments a year, I'm pretty sure. That one is coming. It's going to be red heavy. It's coming, I think, mid-September, so I'll do an unboxing of that. And I do think I'm getting the B Divine soon, too. We'll see. So I'm always excited about those. Very aromatic and very floral. A lot of rose petal. And there's, strawberry. Fresh strawberry. There's a little bit of a spice in there. A little nutmeg, I think. I like how that one finishes on the palate. I wonder what the alcohol is. 13.5. You could kind of tell it's more of a delicate wine, lower alcohol, and it tastes that way, but it works. Sangio's 14. So, okay, good wines. Both are great wines. Good wines. I think this one's a 3.5 because I've had much better Chiantis in the price point. I think for this Nebbiolo, for the price point, it's like a 4 out of 5. Whatever. Ratings don't mean a whole heck of a lot, but I do need some type of baseline in my mind, and liberally, I don't talk about the ratings all that much. Let me talk about the 5-point thing from Vivino, because I check all my wines into Vivino, but liberally give things good scores if I like them. Live, a lot of 5s. A lot of 5s. And I don't give too many wines bad scores. I try to avoid the really bad wines if I can. But they exist. Some of them exist. And I'm not talking about wines that are probably like, I don't like Gewürztraminer as a grape varietal, but it could be absolutely well made, so then I would probably have to give it a good rating. But I don't go out of my way to buy Gewürztraminer, Pinotage, which is a South African blend between Pinot Noir and Cinsault. At least, I've never had a great one. I've had okay ones, never great. Gewürz, I've had some supposedly great ones, I just don't like them. Just don't like it. And I don't like lower end Beaujolais. I do like Beaujolais Cru, so there's 10 Cru Villages. I think you get great value. Gamay Noir is the grape, lighter style, upfront fruit, but then there's absolute ageability on those. They are supposed to mimic more, and they're considered Burgundy. So Beaujolais is considered Burgundy, but it really is a specific region. And they're not making Pinot Noir, it's Gamay Noir, very similar, but different, more fruit forward is what I would say, more raspberry, strawberry. I always get, I haven't had a Beaujolais in a long time, Beaujolais Cru. I am overdue to have a Beaujolais Cru to taste and do a little video on, and maybe talk about the 10 villages, see if I remember them all. I had them all memorized. I'm not sure if I still do. Maybe I'll try to do it off the cuff on that video, and I won't actually look them up before then. I'll just go. And what other varietals am I not super fond of? I can't even think of any others right this minute. And there's certain regions I do like Sauvignon Blanc, and there's a time and a place for a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. I just don't want it all the time. I prefer Sauvignon Blanc from Sancerre, Polyfumé. Some of the ones I got out of the Finger Lakes were great. I haven't had a whole heck of a lot of California ones, but I hear they're making better ones now, and certainly they're adding more price to those, and they're oak aging some. So it's not that I don't dislike. I mean, I think Cloudy Bay has a Totoku. I forget what it's called. It's a oak aged Sauv Blanc, and it's awesome, but it's like $60. I just can't give that money for that and take a shot. But there's a time and a place. It's an absolute summer wine to me. I think it goes with certain cuisines, but it's got such a greenness, such a freshness, such a pineapple expression to it. Sometimes it is overwhelming, so it depends on what I'm eating it with or pairing it with. But I do enjoy it, so I take that one off the list. I do like Sauvignon Blanc, and I do like about New Zealand. There's a time and a place for it. Rosés I've gotten more into this past summer, more so than in the past. I think trying some different types of rosés. Some just have this, I don't know what to call it, except a certain elegance to them. And I don't know what style some of those are made in. Some were local, some were Finger Lakes, some were Provence. I tried a Bandol the other day. I hated it. Couldn't even drink it. Not that I couldn't drink it. I just didn't enjoy it to the point where I didn't want any more. I had one glass and I was done. Didn't enjoy it. Typically, I love rosés from Bandol, or I prefer rosés from Bandol. Let's say love. But anyway, that is that. I like rosé sparklers. I have no issue with those. Those don't come across to me as an identity crisis, kind of like rosé can. Rosé to me still is more on the level of a white, but with some extra texture, extra flavor, extra layers, or Ken. I guess what I'm really going towards is more of a delicate rosé, maybe to be more like a white wine, and that's what I liked about it, and I called it more elegant. I forget which one I had recently, and I really thought it was awesome. It might have been Turdo's rosé that I was really fond of at a Cape May. It might have been Hawk Haven, one or the other. One of them just had this certain elegance to it that I really enjoyed, and it always works in the summer. Rosé and barbecue is a pretty good pairing too. Ribs, brisket, pulled pork, whatever you desire. A pork-based barbecue and rosé is a pretty decent pairing. All right, longer video than I wanted. I'm going to have my meatballs. Have a good night.